I've been sitting here all damn night thinking of how I could have done just a little more than
Welcome to Let's Talk on Houston City Beat. I'm Lisbeth Newton, and with me today is my good friend Dusty Haze. Welcome, Dusty. I'm so glad that you're here with us to share your story as a musician.
Yes, ma'am. I'm happy to be here.
So, I know that you've been writing music since you were in your teens, right? Tell us about how you got started in the music scene.
In the art itself, I've been doing this for a little while, like since my teens, but the actual music scene, about going on 4 years ago now, someone pulled me out of my house, and I had already been writing as a therapy outlet and, just trying to work through some life stuff. And he pulled me out to some open mics. Next thing I know, I'm singing at a bar. People are walking up to me saying, I kind of do this for a living and you got something, man. So why don't you stick around? That got me in the cycle of coming to the open mics. Next thing I knew, I was playing real shows.
Okay, so I heard about you through the Reckless podcast. One day, Jay Reckless was playing the song Jameson, and I was hooked. I love that song. I'm doing something random, and the song comes into my mind, and it just doesn't leave. What was your inspiration to put that particular song together?
Well, like I said, I hadn't left that house in quite a while. At the time, pretty much my only friend was Jameson Whiskey, and me and him got along pretty well for quite a while. And I actually, that song was a sort of protest, so to speak. I wrote it as I was getting rid of that aspect of my life. And as I was getting off of, drinking bottle after bottle, that's what came out. That was the therapy at play that manifested to sound.
Your latest release, Say Goodbye. What was happening to you in your life when these lyrics came together?
One of the things about that song, people say, I'm gonna go a different direction real quick. People say that the music stuff is all business. And I think we lose a lot of interpretation in that. Yeah, it's a business. Yeah, we're trying to get monetized. Yeah, we're trying to make income, but it's still art and it's still expressive art. And you in the aspect of growing as an artist, there's certain habits and certain people that have to be cut out of certain situations. And that particular song is basically a final goodbye to a certain individual in my life that I've kind of gone in those circles with the majority of my life. And it's basically admitting what I did wrong, but also being honest in my own right of what they did in the aspect of what cannot be tolerated moving forward. So it's just my personal interpretation of a situation I had to go through and hopes that it may give someone else the courage to do it themselves in their own life. I'm saying goodbye, but I also hope that you have the courage to say goodbye to the things that you can no longer accept.
And that's part of finding your new identity. And I know you've you've dealt with addiction, and in order to move past that, you've had to assume a new identity. And from what I understand about you, music has been your saving grace. It is what drives you forward to leave behind the past that held you down at one point. Would you like to tell us about that? How music has given you a new identity and a new path forward?
Well, I don't know if it's so much about developing a new identity as it is discovering the one that you always had. The addiction, yes, but it's mostly subjugation, whether it be trauma, abuse, self subjugation with the substance abuse, or things we tell ourselves that eventually become a behavioral aspect. In regards to the subjugation itself, you lose a lot of pieces of yourself. You can only push who you are down so much before you eventually forget certain pieces of yourself. So I have gone through the textbook format. I've tried, prescription medications. I've tried a lot of things and a lot of routes of therapy, and the one that has worked best is the interpretive music. And through explaining, because it don't just turn into a song. You write forward, then you backtrack, then you reword, and you find this focal point to say what you actually mean. And in doing so, you discover pieces of yourself you didn't even know were there, or you had forgotten were there.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you
And
for letting me.
Well, everybody want a blessing. Everybody wanna see the second coming of a good man. We can reconnect the family.
you're a very versatile artist. You go from rap to reggae to country, and you and I have had a discussion about how you have a conflict when it comes to reggae music, creating reggae music. Would you like to talk to us about that?
um, Honestly, I have a confliction with making a lot of musics. I understand, I understand that I have had reference to a lot of cultures, a lot of backgrounds, a lot of upbringings due to my nomadic childhood. But I also understand that through those experiences, one, there's a level that of depth that I will never see. And two, a lot of us are the same. Like different backgrounds, they're presented differently, yes, but the money struggles, the life struggles, the family struggles, a lot of us are going through the same things and can't see past what's in front of us. So if I've been given this ability to not just sing, not just rap, but enjoy, interpret, and even be able to some degree create these other aspects of music, and I was just given that, I don't feel like it's mine to keep. And in the aspect in which I write music and I create, I speak for everyone. So I'm not so special. You know what I mean? Like I'm just a guy. If I've thought up these things, if I feel these things, then I guarantee that there's other people in other communities that feel the exact same way. So I just feel like it's selfish to put all my eggs in one basket and try to become a millionaire or become successful or peaceful off of one gimmick when I have the ability to transcend that and potentially help more people.
What's 2025 looking like for you? What are your plans this year?
I'm here to win. And I've
Yeah.
said that across the board on a few different places now. And I know it can come off a little bit aggressive, but I'm here to win. I'm here to see you win. I'm here to, well, honestly, like, I'm here to accomplish. That's all I know. I don't know what it is yet. I know I have a plan, but plans don't tend to work out the way we want them to. But I know I'm here to accomplish something this year. I spent 3 years building, prepping, learning, studying. This is the year I start walking. Will it turn into running? Who knows? But we're going to see where it goes.
That is beautiful. I love that philosophy. And there's something to be said about spending time sharpening that axe. So when you start cutting that tree, it's a clean cut, right? Yeah.
Hopefully. It's a hard razor's edge to walk because there is preparation, but there is also stagnation. So it's prepping to the point that you feel you may be ready to jump, and then having the guts to take that leap.
Yeah. I understand how that goes 100%. And looking at yourself 5 years from now, where do you think you're going to be music wise?
Well, as much as I love the music, I think the music is a catalyst. I don't think it ends with the music. I think it only starts with it. Um, just next year, I'm gonna be very secretive about it, but I'm trying to delve into the cinematography side of the arts. Like I don't want to be defined as a singer or a rapper. I want to be defined as a creator. Like by the end of this journey, I want to have made masterpieces, Picasso level masterpieces, in whatever art. But 5 years from now, I'm hoping that I have at least one business that's at play. I'm hoping to have one or two charitable events that are happening yearly at least, but just progression upwards. Like a lot of us, and I know this is very left side of things, a lot of us are very worried about the politics of the world and how the next 5, 10 years are going to play out for everyone. But like, I think we're looking too big. It's very easy to get scared over these giant things that we can't control, but you know what we can control? Whether the guy down the street has food or not. We can vote in our own cities and our own communities. We can strengthen our neighbors. And in doing so, it's a ripple effect that eventually makes it back to those big things.
Yeah, that's very beautiful. I hear that sentiment a lot as well. A lot of fear, and but as I tell most people that approach me with those comments, my bills still need to be paid regardless. So life moves on and it moves forward for all of us, and we can't get stuck in that fear mode because that's not productive for anyone. So thank you so much, Dusty Haze. It has been amazing chatting with you and diving deep into some of these subjects. And I look forward to you coming back and visiting with us again on Let's Talk on Houston City Beat.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me on.
I was thinking it was lost to me, just another light mystery. I was going too fast, they'd say, but not once did anyone ask me. Drag me through the mud, judgment taking up, they don't give a fuck. See, the problem was I didn't think enough. I got caught up and drugged up by false love, by loved ones with critical intake.